not me.
No, it's because he's wearing the green jacket and the green DX racer.
Just, just making sure everybody at home knows. J-Dog said it.
Oh my god. I can already see the tryhards in the chat. Dang, all right, so here we go. The actual game one between these two teams.
All right, so here we have Logic going Olimar. Now, I haven't been watching teams much, but you'd think that Diddy would be a better teams character. I don't know if he's relying on the other team having a little less experience, or like Pink Fresh maybe going, look, I just want to like hit him with these side Bs, so you just pick the shorty with the ground speed to back me up when I make these plays.
Yeah, I feel like part of it is just like Joe, or Logic doesn't want to play Diddy into another Diddy that's like more experienced than his, I think. Because with one Diddy, like one already dominates the stage. Two, I don't know, one will dominate the stage and the other just won't play sometimes.
I definitely think that you're right when it comes to the mindset of why that might have been chosen, but I definitely think that mindset's incorrect. Let's hit him with the sage advice right now. Even if on paper you think you got the worst Diddy, in your mind you're the best Diddy, okay? Because that's how you win.
That is true. Yeah, it's all about the confidence.
Especially in teams.
Yeah.
You literally just got to be the guy who's good at punishing the opening your teammates create, or understanding how to create an opening for your teammate. You don't have to like play neutral the same way. Like, even though this is super obvious, you don't have to play neutral like you play singles, where it's literally like your character matched up against the other character with those options. You can do hard shield hitting options even if they're punishable in singles, because your teammate can back you up in doubles.
Yeah, just like that. Joe actually did try and back up ZD right there, but he just wasn't quite fast enough.
Yeah, none of that, all that I said before, invalid against Bayo. I'm just kidding.
I mean, sometimes it is very hard to play against Bayo in doubles, and like Bayo is a very strong character. Pink Fresh is a very strong player, so you have to pick and choose your spaces just a little bit more. And Joe didn't pick right.
You can't just put out like walls for your teammate to back you up on against that counter. It's just not a viable option. But what you can do is you can use your wall to bait out the counter. Like, oh, you think I'm just gonna wall, and then when they get in the position to counter, you don't hit the button. Then you get the same result.
Absolutely. Big punish coming off the back of that. And Logic is poised to make a big punish right now. The red and two purples is a very powerful combination. ZD's looking kind of unhealthy right now. He needs to watch his landing right here.
All right. Am I tripping, or did Marcus not? Oh, okay, I see. I'm so dumb. I haven't commentated doubles in so long. I forgot it's 3-stop.
Oh.
So I was like, why has no one lost any stops? I swear. Oh man. Well, maybe I'm getting the wrong kind of old.
A little bit of give, a little bit of take,
Oh boy. Nah, okay. I'm readjusted. I'm readjusted, guys. I'm back.
Pink Fresh is just barely staying alive. Everyone else on both sides looking so healthy, but Logic knows that he needs to be the one to take the fight right now, because Pink Fresh can't afford to lose any exchanges.
I was going to say, I think they can just bum rush them, because what is Olimar going to do to stop buttons? Like, yeah, you have Bayo behind him with the Witch Time, but like at 130%, you're not going to run into buttons to like go for a counter. You know what I mean? You're going to stay back behind your teammate, let them try to be the front line. But Olimar is just not a front line character, so it's going to be very hard for him to come back in the situation.
But they're still making it happen. But you are right. Olimar does have those weaknesses in like a 2v1 scenario. So I'm actually surprised, like you were saying, they aren't putting a bit more pressure on him, because it just leaves Pink Fresh way more room to work.
Well, what it looked like happened is they attempted to do it, and they ended up hitting each other, which is very surprising coming from this team, because they actually always team together and should have like situations like that down, kind of figured out who's the aggressor and who's going to be the backline. But despite that, they still managed to kill Pink Fresh, and now they're getting the 2v1 on Logic. Who is Olimar, who is not a good 2v1 character? I mean, Logic's a very good 2v1 player, but this character just does not have the chops for it. And just like that, ZD and Seagull take Game 1 of Grand Finals from loser side. So if they do take this set, it will be a bracket reset.
Yeah, and that was an unfortunate way to end it for Logic, because it looked like he almost had that tech ready, but then the hit lag of the Pikmin slowed it down so that the timing was just a little bit off.
It's one of those situations that you just can't feel bad for the Olimar in, because it's like, hey man, that usually works in your advantage, so if it works against you, that means you just don't know your character well enough. Even though it is like, would be a ridiculously like nuanced thing to actually like know, regardless if it's for Olimar main or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the same characters don't seem like they are afraid, even though after that first match they lost pretty solidly. So they're just going right back at it with Bayo and Olimar again. Let's see how they do. Well, round 2.
Yeah, but I definitely feel like it wasn't the stage, so it's just really... These guys have been playing against each other for like, what? I mean, ZD's only been like 2 or 3 years,
Since
but like
Smash
the rest...
4 started.
Yeah, but the rest of them is like since Smash 4 started and Brawl.
Yeah.
So these guys definitely know each other, and they know it's not
That
the
is
stage.
true, but like, I mean, it's true that they've played since Brawl, but I don't know. It's a different game, so I don't really count it. You know, the experience, I guess the habit reading experience is there, but I still feel like this game's different enough where a lot of the habits didn't really stay from Brawl. It's just the neutral's kind of different.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely different, but like I feel like the thought process and like decision-making process is like similar enough, or like you can still make those reads like you were saying, you know?
I would say, yeah, like when it comes to styles, people don't really change styles a lot cross games. They're like, if they're like the wall-out kind of player, or they're the runaway player, this hyper-aggressive player, they kind of keep that aspect of their play style.
It's wild, right? Like even across like different genres of fighting games, like people in Street Fighter playing similar stuff like in Smash. It's just like, all right,
I think it actually makes a lot of sense, because what it comes down to is like what makes that person happy about playing games. Some people like the win no matter what; they'll do whatever for it. Some people like getting the hard reads on their opponent, like they're playing fighting games because they like the haha, I got in your mind, I messed you up. And some people just like pushing buttons, man. They could be playing rhythm games probably and be just as happy.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of the latter. I love me some buttons.
Buttons are awesome. When it comes to these players, I would say Joe is definitely the wall-out kind of player.
Yeah, no doubt.
ZD kind of too. He's kind of like, you know, Joe's disciple, but he definitely has a different style where he likes to lash out, like, and go for a hard read every once in a while. And then Logic, I think, is probably the most patient player on the field right now. And then Pink Fresh, it's hard to describe Pink Fresh because he played bad characters for so long. Like, I think he really just likes getting people's minds.
Yeah, I mean, he's good at that part because, like, when you're playing like a lower tier character, it's just what can you do except get inside their head and do what you can.
Exactly. I would know.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. And by the way, Pink Fresh, yeah, but Pink Fresh's stocks has just been absolutely flying. I think he got hit by like an uppie and he lost his stock another unfortunate way the first time. So he's on his last legs on his last stock.
Here's the thing, Pink Fresh, like we just talked about, he likes to get in his opponent's minds, but with this team comp, he's stuck as a frontliner, which means even when he's not ready to commit to a read, he's being forced to push buttons. Which, you know, of course, he's the better character to do it with Bayo. But if he's wrong, or if the other team overwhelm him, then Bayo's a light character. Those stocks can just be deleted, just like that.
Yeah, but surprisingly, Seagull looks like he got saved by the ABK right there.
Ooh!
He's still swinging.
That was ballsy.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like he missed the ledge cancel, too, so he was just out there really trying to swing and hit Pink Fresh, and he got him.
He was out.
Yeah.
My man was out all the way. He did not care. Uh-oh. Is that a regrab? Was that a regrab?
Yeah, but no one was really there, and like ZD didn't want to hit his teammate.
I think what ZD went for was he went for the, like, I'm a threat, so you should be afraid of the regrab punish, but he just did it a little unconvincingly. He didn't, like, actually go that close to lead, but he tried to cover the roll-off option to punish the fear he was trying to instill. He just didn't cause any.
Right. Yeah, Logic's too much of a seasoned veteran to fall for tricks like those.
Especially in doubles. Like, I think in that exact same scenario, he might have fallen for it in singles. But it's like you kind of know that's what your opponent wants in doubles. Like, it's kind of like pretty obvious. In doubles, a lot of things are way more obvious, but you're more forced into them by the double pressure. So a lot of people really enjoy that aspect of the game because it opens up a lot of options that aren't there in singles. it's very fun. I personally like doubles over singles.
Yeah, me and Pink were just talking about that. Like doubles, and I was telling people like, yo, if your region like doesn't run doubles, get your venue a little bit earlier, start running doubles. People will have fun. People will come through for it. Maybe not the most at first, but like it takes time.
Oh, it's a lot of fun, and it's also a great way to get people who are less experienced and newer in the scene more into the scene, because it gives them a chance to team with a better player who can like help them understand what the flaws in their play are, and they are really appreciative of that kind of thing. Like, and it also makes them feel included a little more if they're super new to the scene, and that's important. So that's why doubles is always going to be important.
Yeah, that's how you get people to stick, essentially.
Yeah, gotta get people talking to each other, getting to know each other, getting a little community growth going.
All right, so that's going to be the bracket reset. Both teams are on losers now, so whoever wins this 2 out of 3 set will take all the marbles. Let's see who does that right here.
If Logic and Pink Fresh don't take a game with this comp, I'm going to guess we're going to see a switch up from character selection. You know, just losing 3 times in a row, even though they haven't lost yet. But if they get to that point, it's just hard to justify going with the same thing, especially when you have other options available in your pocket kicks.
Yeah, Logic does have his Diddy. And then Pink Fresh, honestly, I don't even know who he plays, because he has like 6 or 7 characters. He still plays really well. Cloud is banned.
Whoa, that was... Did you see that?
Yeah, how it clanked with the side B?
No, Diddy's jab combo clanked.
Yeah. That was pretty dope.
That was interesting interaction. I don't know if I would have guessed that.
Oh no, and ZD actually misfired into a Pikmin and didn't mash fast enough. That's so unfortunate, but he's going to still drop a stock. And now this is the red team with the first lead that they've had solidly in a really long time.
And I was going to say, it looked like earlier in the match, Pink Fresh was definitely chilling out a little more. He was going for, like, I'm not going to take damage over, I want to get hits. And that change alone might be what we needed to see these guys finally get a game in this grand final set of teams. Good punish from ZD. Yeah. That is a move that's very scary to let go, because it has that when it hits the ground, the second hit. All moves like that, very scary to let go and punish in the right timing window. ZD not being not scared at all and just going for it.
Yeah, he's playing against Bayonetta so much in this region that really no big surprise come out of the character. It's just the players now.
Match looking pretty even, except for Joe's Diddy. He's the only one with the, good amount of damage on him right now. So he's going to have to start looking out for kill setups. Red team is going to start applying pressure to him, I believe. Or they're going to start throwing him off stage.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
ZD reacts so fast to that. And I always say it's like the young kid reaction time, but like, I don't think it's all just age. I think he just is always primed to get a kill.
And the revenge kill.
Nice pickup after that, too. Good coverage, though, by Joe to save his teammate.
But unlucky, he still ends up dying for it.
Yeah, everywhere on the blue team is just pressure, pressure, pressure. You get out of one kill scenario, you're right back into another, just a blink of an eye. And
they really can't afford to stop hitting buttons against the team, because you don't want to let Bayo get the... Ooh.
Nice punish by ZD yet again. Those up smashes are ridiculous. Wow, I love that. Throws the banana up, just creates a big no zone. Just like, yo, get away from my teammate. Smart by Joe. Good save.
Yeah, every once in a while, Joe will save his teammate. I think he definitely prefers to be the teammate getting saved most of the time, being on the front line. But every once in a while, he'll be ready to save you.
What a kind soul.
Well, I mean, that's just the way it is. Every team usually has an aggressor and a backline. The aggressor is not used to being in the position to save the backline. I mean, obviously some teams are so good that they switch back and forth roles so fast that it seems like they're both just playing teams really well. But almost at every point, you see someone being the aggressor and someone being the backline.
Yeah, and it looks like Logic's gonna have to fill that role of both aggressor and backline, because he's all that's left.
Well, he got the Pikmin behind him, so he technically always had a backline.
True. Can't forget about the squad that was with you the whole way.
Oh my goodness, and he was in a position to not position, but he was way lower percent and could have brought it back, but they just kept him at this ledge so long He hasn't been able to get any additional damage since it's been a 2v1 on the opposing team. They've just been merciless in their pressure, and just like that, Game 1, Set 2 of Grand Finals goes to ZD and Seagull Joe.
And I think Joe just sat on the ledge and just, I don't want to say spam, but like he honestly just spammed down until Logic fell off the side and then just chased him over and over. It's just.
And the reason it worked was because basically there was no hitbox that Olimar could put out that could challenge that. And that's Olimar's weakness, is he needs space. And you don't give him space, then he just gets out-traded. So that's why Joe was aware of that, and he knew that worst case scenario it clanks. He's got his teammate right behind him to kill him for it. So they had no reason to let up pressure there, and they were able to close out the match rather easily without any complications due to that pressure. And Game 4, still no change up in character select. It looked kind of like a hand warmer for a second, the way Bayo was just staring him down, but maybe he's just, getting that mental charge going.
I mean, you can do that before you press the start button, though. Like, that was actually really worrying.
He was getting in their heads, man. You don't know. And dang. Well, maybe he was trying to get in their heads, but he accidentally let them into his head, and now
an open door works two ways. An open door works 2 ways.
That Shinjuryuken from Luigi always looks so painful. It's also a very satisfying kill option. Ooh, and Pink Fresh taking no prisoners with that forward smash, saying, I don't care if you die, even though you didn't. I'm getting this kill, and I'm evening it up, because I'm mad. Mad Fresh right now.
And Mad Fresh is definitely a force to be reckoned with, because I've seen him make some wild comebacks.
Oh, yeah.
Even though, like, he didn't have momentum for, like, the rest of the set, he'll just, like, four-stock you. Just like, oh, yeah, good games, man.
He'll get backed into a corner, and he'll randomly zero back you. That's the Pink Fresh special. He'll be like, let me go for this because I feel like I don't have options, and then he just picks something you just never even thought of before.
Like that, the double ABK. But gets punished for it, and actually his teammate's going to fall right there, too. But even after that super early stock, wow, nice DI by ZD. Most people will, like, kind of hold away or hold in, but if you do that, you'll get a little bit higher, fly off the top. Just got to hold down like that. But yeah, Pink Fresh is definitely turning it up. He knows that. Ooh. Wow, stage spike off an up air? Okay.
Like a corner hit. Oh my goodness, Diddy privilege, baby.
Diddy privilege. Nice recovery by Seagull Joe.
All I know is despite the fact that the kills were not gotten by Pink Fresh, he has still managed to gain a lead for his team with this damage alone. The lead's technically lost right now, but they're still in a better position with the percents.
Yeah, Pink is playing out of his mind right now. I'll be real. And setting up his teammate, too. Beautiful coverage.
That was a good setup, actually. That was, well, it was not a normal setup, I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, but you can't really afford to take any damage at this point. Like, every hit they take now before getting these 2 kills off the opposing team, well, never mind.
Yeah, that friendly fire really paid off for the red team right there. And it's rare to see ZD doing the one, like, or being the one with the friendly fire, but that just might be the thing to get red team back into the set.
He probably wasn't thinking about how they were both in kill range, and it was better for him to just, like, take the clean hit there than try to defend himself and possibly hit his teammate. Sometimes that's the way it is in teams. You gotta sacrifice yourself for the greater good.
Yeah, but Logic getting a second lease on life off of a clank, and even though like Pink Fresh is still in life support a little bit, yeah, Logic has a fresh stock to fall back on, and now they can't afford to let themselves go off a little bit. Red team needs to make sure they go all the way through with this. That witch twist could be the way to start it.
I don't know how I felt about Logic letting go of shield in that situation. I don't feel like he really had a reason to, unless he was going for a hard read. Oh no!
Yeah, that would have been awful.
Yeah, that was something else. That's all I can say about that. Oh, and that up air, that was a very well spaced and very well timed up air. I am a little surprised that Joe was not able to stop that, but sometimes you sneak them in. Yeah,
but also great SDI can do from like Pink Fresh to SDI down and get himself out of that tornado. Now it's really all about the coverage, and Joe's still getting around on stage. I'm surprised he was able to get back through the ledge. But yeah, that's the coverage I'm looking for. The back air will tag him. That's going to put red team on the board.
All right, they finally did it. They won a game with Bayo Ali. It still seemed like an interesting strategy. Maybe more reliant on the guns. You know, he shoots the guns. Alamar's short. He's under there. He can apply even more pressure under it. Grabs. I just don't think they're getting set up to do that against Diddy Luigi.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing. That's like the only real chemistry I see right now.
Yeah, all the chemistry is like from the players and not so much from the characters.
That's what I was going to say. It feels more like they're just trying to play to each other's strengths as players. Which, you know, that's the way a lot of great teams are formed or work at the higher level too. So nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but here we go. The final game of our doubles tournament today. 7 teams, 14 entrants total. And, you know, still a lot of really solid play coming through. And this is how it all ends. Let's see how it happens.
Getting a lot of good double hits from the aerials off Bayonetta there.
Yeah, everyone's just scrapping on that side of the stage. This is just blood for blood over and over. Everyone's trading dance partners back and forth. And at the end of the day, blue team kind of like a little bit behind these, but it's still, you know, good for everyone just to get a little bit of a read on how the stage is going to play out this matchup.
Well, a lot of what's happening is a lot of the matches are coming down to if they get the 2v1 against Alamar, they know that's like an irrelevant stock. So it doesn't really matter if they're down 2-1 stocks if the stock they always take is Pink Fresh, and they get him out of there right at the end.
Yeah, but Pink Fresh isn't going to let that happen so easily. He just runs through, punches in the face, but ZD's ready to clean up that stock too.
Yeah.
And I like how he got in that position before I even recognized it.
Oh, that was a very good punish. And just like that, the blue team has just turned this whole game on its side.
Yeah, but ZD's still at a very high percent. This is still a pretty close game, but ZD needs to fall very quickly.
It might benefit more from just keeping ZD up at bay while they 2v1 Joe.
That could work too, yeah. Rack up that damage and then like take ZD stock later and then you have a big lead.
Exactly. So they're just going to keep pushing him off.
Right now the coverage from Red Team is looking very clean. Joe managed to squeak his way through. And ZD is still trying to fight. Gets tagged by that up tilt, air dodges, and that's going to be that stock. And another one is on deck to fly. If Joe can make it back, he does manage to make it back.
Oh,
but
and he got him with the sneaky down smash.
Options covered all the way through.
That down air has a pretty nice auto cancel on it. So he just did right in the down smash, thinking he might have maybe a chance to drop shield, do down tilt or grab or something like that, but he did not. Getting hard punished for it. And now putting his team at a deficit.
All right, now ZD's turn to trap him on the ledge. Pink Fresh should. No, he actually does not die right there. Still should have his jump. Yeah, he'll make that back. That was actually really smart down there too, because if like they let go of the ledge, that would have been a spike and a super early stock in their favor.
They're hanging in there, I'm telling you that much. All right, it's looking way more even, but now we're kind of seeing the scenario we've seen the red team in, except now the blue team's in it, where one of the teammates is close to losing all of his stocks and has to really just turtle to make his way back in the game. They really got to grind it out, because if he takes ZD's stock, then he leaves ZD at like a very high percent, basically almost out. So now it's like, pick your poison, right? Do you want ZD to 2v1 them, which is incredibly hard? Or you take that stock, and he takes that stock, which makes a lot of sense because you don't really want to leave your teammate ever 2v1 if you don't have to. Yeah. But now ZD could be out with just another hit, just one simple read here, leaving Joe to 2v1 with 3 stock deficit. Neither of those characters, Alamo or Bayonetta, are really in kill range right now either, so that would be hard, especially for a character like Diddy.
Yeah, Seagull really needs to make the stock work right now.
Yeah, they're going to have to do it together. There's not going to be a way, I think, that either ZD or Joe can do this in a 1v2. So they're going to have to get some of those grab up B setups or something like that going. But it doesn't look like the red team is willing to let that happen.
Yeah, they're just playing catch with poor Seagull. The back air is going to send far off stage, and that might be again. No, he should be able to make this back. Actually, he still should be able to make this back, too. Yeah, Diddy privilege, like you were saying, is very real.
And still surviving that smash attack from Alamar. Oh. All right, this is a way more interesting game now. So they take care of Pink right here. It'd be a 2v1 against Alamar, like I was talking about. That's what they want. That's their win condition.
Yeah, but actually in that moment where Logic died, ZD didn't take advantage of that crucial opening, because that's going to be a few seconds where that's a 2v1. And
He didn't,
looks like, yeah, they weren't ready.
Look at their percentages too, though. See what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's scary. This is like...
Yeah, this is rough. It's very rough, but it's much more doable than it was before.
Yeah.
Will this kill? Not quite yet. Not enough percent, not enough rage, but ZD has to get off this ledge against 2 characters. Bayonetta with rage and an Olimar. Yeah, that's rough.
It. I was going to say, he's going to have a hard time because of his aerial momentum, right? He's not really going to be able to get over there to Bayonetta. So even if he trades or hits Olimar, he was just going to get